Okay, we're on to part 2 of my very imperfect Bible journaling tutorial. And I'm just using a regular pencil from Staples. It's a Dixon number 2 because I'm not all that fancy when it comes to pencils. I want to show you some simple elements that I draw now. One is a banner and one is going to be a rose. So here we go. Maybe my son could cover up my bird because I noticed my bird is chirping, so I'm just going to ask him if he can put a blanket over the bird, and that might help to keep him a little bit quiet. He is interrupting me. Okay, so I want to put a banner in here, so I'm going to put the reference to Nehemiah 8:10. See, I'm remembering it already because I am Bible journaling it. So I want to go outside the lines because my border is going to be inside the lines. So this is so simple. If you're not an artist, you can still do this. Start right about here. Do a nice big C. See how I just drew a C there? That's it. Okay, if you can draw a C, you can do a banner. Then I come up and I'm going to go right to the top, right where that one met. I'm going to go swoop up to the top. There, that's part 1. Part 2, I decide how wide I want my banner. I go down here and I'm going to follow a parallel line. It's about 1.5, so 1.5 should be about right there. So I just kind of follow that parallel line up to the top, go down here, and what I need is a giant C again. Boom. And bring it in again. Bring your C in to about like that. Okay? Over here, you want to put it on a bit of an angle. So you make a line from here to here. Boom. Make a line a bit of an angle from here to here. You want it to kind of flare out. Okay. Now, here's a little trick. You're going to put some, see, I have shaky hands. I mentioned in my first video. I'm going to mention it in my second video again because I have essential tremor. So you might think, why is this video so shaky? Well, that's why. But God can use you if you have essential tremor, whatever it is. If you're not an artist, God can use you right where you are, and that's really cool. I love that about him. Now I'm just doing some down lines, so it looks like I have a little, so there's 3 down lines. 1, 2, 3. And here, 1, right at the end of the C, 2, 3. Now, if you're anything like me, you're going to get so addicted to making these little banners that you're going to make them on all of your Bible journaling, and we're all going to look the same, but that's cool because we're worshiping the Lord, right? Make a couple of little lines here to look like you have shadows going that way. Just kind of curve them the same way that the banner goes. And this is Nehemiah 8:10. I'm going to have to make that kind of small because that's a long word. So I go down the long end, a little short extender, small, like a lowercase e, H. One side of the H is small, one side is long, another small E, oof, an M, one side of the M is long, one side of the M is short, I-A-H, how am I going to fit this all? I. Now here I'm going to make a small a. I haven't done that for a while. Nehemiah, I'm running out of room. Ooh, I think I'll put 8:10 down there. Okay, sure. That way I don't have to erase it. Nehemiah. Now one side of the H is short, one side is long. And you see how I mixed up my short, my lowercase, and my uppercase letters. Nehemiah, let's go here and put a little 8. I don't really do anything fancy on my numbers. I'm kind of boring, but I could do a curly O for the 10. Nehemiah 8:10. So that's how you draw a banner. Now I'm going to show you how to draw a really simple rose. Okay. Now I hope I can remember because I actually just learned myself. I started practicing roses and I absolutely love them. I'm going to do a big rose right in the middle here, starting down right about here. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, so start with a nice round S. Okay, that's going to be the main size of your rosebud. So if you want a bigger one, you might want to do bigger. And you know what? I think I do. I'm going to just erase that and I'm going to make a little bit bigger, because this is the main body of your rose right here. So boom, let's get it. Bam, right there. Okay, now that's one side of your rose. The other side of the rose, start with making a little bit of a swirl on this side and go around and bring it down. You see how I kind of made a little bit of a heart with a swirl in there? That's what you want to do. You're going to start here, see here, and here. You're going to have a circle. Bam, right there. That's the bottom of your rosebud. You're going to see this all coming to life in a minute. Bam, right there. The cool thing with roses, you don't have to be perfect. Okay, now we're going to fold the top leaf over. So, how do I do this again? I start bigger here, and I go right to about there. This side is kind of cool. Go small, do a bit lacy coming down, okay? There, that's your main rosebud. But now, I could even make it taller if I want, because you know what, I think that's a little bit fat. So, I'm going to make my rosebud just a bit taller, bring it down here. So my S would have been coming down to there. Kind of fool around with it to see what you like. There we go. I can erase that later when I get my Micron pen on. Now we're going to put 4 leaves on the outside, and this is what they're shaped like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Go like this. Make sure they're thick enough. You want them to be nice and plump. So it's got a bit of a point, comes down. Bit of a point, comes down. They all join up together. 1, 2, 3. I tell you, once you practice one of these roses, you can be so addicted to drawing roses, girl. It's not even funny. I can't stop drawing roses because they're so easy. Roses and banners, you see them all over my stuff. And I'm not really a great artist. I just draw really, really simple things. So here I'm making the second layer, which goes right where those two ended. And 1, 2, and boom, 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 boom. Now what I can do is I can kind of mix up some roses with rose buds. If I just want to do a rosebud, I would do that part that was in the center. You know what I've done here? I don't like this. I think that the outside petals should be really big and they should extend to each other. I think that would look cooler. So, see, I'm not very great at this. My pencil lines, I'll do a really good erasing later. So we're gonna kind of go, I want these bigger. Bam, like that. You know, I want them to be rich and kind of like meet up together. That looks so much better than a tiny little second layer. So the second layer of leaves, do them huge. Get them, like, don't be afraid to put your own style on these too. Now here's an interesting thought. If you're going to copy people's art on the internet, because I know if you're like me, you're probably like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to draw. What I do when I need to be inspired by something like a rose, or if I want to make a banner, I try to find about 20 things that I like. Maybe I'll look for 20 roses that I like. And then I pick something from each of them so that I'm not copying an artist's style. I want to put my own style on it. And I'll look and say, you know what, I really like the color of this one. I love the way he did his leaves. I like this one, I like that one. And I kind of go along and I take a little bit from each one of them. So now that I've got my rose and it's a little off center, so that's not great, I'm gonna add a leaf just to kind of balance things. The leaf kind of goes plump on the ends. And then I always, when I put the line in the leaf, I curve it just slightly. I'm gonna put a really bigger leaf over here. And go like this, kind of go out, point it. So these are going to be green and the rose is going to be red. Now I'll do another tutorial that shows you how I paint this all up. I like to pair leaves together. I think they look so much better when they're overlapping. So I'll put another one there, do a curve, and I'll put another one right here, which is kind of smaller. Always bring my little point out. There. And you know what? Pretend that there's a leaf coming out here with a little bit of a, and I can paint that green later, and another one over here. So there's a bunch of leaves coming out all around this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this in with some more roses, and I'm going to turn off the video and I'm going to get to work on adding some more roses and leaves. And then I'll color these in with my black pen, and I'll erase the pencil lines, and then I'll give you another video and show you how I color this all up. Thanks for watching. You can always find me on the internet at timewarpwife.com, and you can also find me on Instagram. Everything always ends in Time Warp Wife. So if you're looking for me on Pinterest, it's /TimeWarpWife. If you're looking for me on Instagram, /TimeWarpWife. If you're looking for me on Facebook, it's /TimeWarpWife. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so I forgot to add on this one that I'm going to, once I finish having them all penciled in, I take a Micron 05 pen. You can use an 01, but I find that they kind of skip too much for me. So I've been sticking with the Micron 05, and I'll put a list of my supplies in the description of the video. So I go over everything with the Micron 05 pen as soon as I'm done. So as you can see, I've finished doing the roses here, and now I'm going to pencil everything in with my Micron pen, and then I'm going to get to painting it.